Group C is about to end. It's really close in the standings right now with Sander and Jared due to the exact way they finished. If Mr.Torgue wins this, Jared and Sander are through to the next round. Mr.Torgue already cannot make it. They are knocked out just like in Tournament 1, which is unfortunate for them. Shadow can still make it, but they need to win with a few Pokemon remaining. I won't say exactly how much because I haven't done that calculation. And also I don't want to spoil you that far. If Shadow wins with enough Pokemon remaining, maybe Jared, who won their first 2 matches, could still be knocked out. So Jared will be rooting for Mr.Torgue. My brother, Mr.Torgue, will be rooting for Mr.Torgue. My friend Shadow will be rooting for, well, Shadow, because they want to get to the next round. And if not, at least if they win, even if it's 1-0, they confirm 3rd place. We're back in Courtyard Coliseum. Nachos. I'm hungry.
Both corners are full of energy. So
wait, wasn't Mr.Torgue in Courtyard Coliseum last time, where we had Baneri's continuously heal, 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 and heal? And then it exploded on Sander's Pokemon, and it just everything dodged. At least Baneri didn't try to heal again at the start.
Ghastly starts to attack. It didn't do anything. Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup.
Nice hit. Bronzer is there to survive, not to deal major damage, but that's a very nice move and paralysis in Zigzagoon.
The situation is a bit of a stalemate. It's a mental tug of war as they
last time that Bronzer didn't really survive for very long. I think he used Healing Wish in an early turn. Oh no, here he goes. Here goes Baneri. It's trying to heal at full HP again. Ghastly trying to improve its not-so-great defenses. Bronzer trying to improve its very good defenses. Zigzagoon goes through Protect. Embargo, which doesn't really matter, because we're not even close to wanting to use the Leopard Berry. Embargo is important when the opponent's at 1 or 2 power points for Metronome remaining. Nightshade ignores the defenses, ignores any boosts. Good damage from Baneri.
Ghastly uses its move.
Here comes the Dizzy Punch. But with its defenses, with the improved defenses of Barrier, that didn't do very much. Nope, both of them had Levitate. Nice try, Baneri, but it's not going to work. There's a ground move that does work, and Ghastly's high special attack. Ooh, and 2 normal types. Yeah, it's a defensive Pokemon, Bronzor, but if you get the big moves, crit, try attack, then just hit Focus Blast. Bronzor is really high defenses right now, especially physical, and it's dealing good damage too. Shadows with a nice start.
Ghastly became confused.
And because of its defense increase from earlier, it might take a bit less
Oh no! It attacked
confusion
itself.
damage if it hits itself. Because it does actually go off your own physical attack and physical defense. There's another big move of Bronzor.
By Hydro Pump.
Shadow, what are you doing?
It couldn't take it.
You taught it all of the big moves. Like, Tri-Attack, it's 80 power. Your Focus Blast of 120, connected. Hydro Pump is 120, connected. Oh, that's a move it learns normally, but
Its attack rose.
if you're paralyzed and you're just over half health, that's probably not what you want to do. Remember, Shadow needs a big win to have a shot at making it.
Still have a chance to win this. Who's
They have a
going
lead
to
right
take
now, and they have a paralyzed, really low HP Zigzagoon on the other side.
The move fails.
Levitate, doing well. Power Gem takes out Zigzagoon, make sure it doesn't get another turn. This is a 6-4 lead for Shadow.
It couldn't take it. It's down. Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Press the right buttons out, otherwise you have to reset the fight.
Soul Rock is sent
Here comes
out.
Soul Rock. Baniri isn't out there to explode against Soul Rock. Puzzle still good. It has ears in a similar way. Just a bit less fluffy.
Plusle still can't pull off a move. Solid hit. Its attack rose. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory? Plusle uses its move.
Okay, spikes. That's 1/8 of the max health of the other Pokemon that come in as damage. What are Shadow's other Pokemon?
It was paralyzed.
Kyogre, Toxstroke, Parasect. What's the third one? Staravia. Staravia doesn't get hit, the other three will. That's a nice bit of damage on those three once you get to them. That means you have to get to them first.
But this is not a favorable matchup.
So far, Bronzor, okay, defense dropped. But Bronzor's keeping up well, and Ghastly's dealing good damage. But it's some of the defensive one, the Bronzor, that's dealing big. Petal Dance, another 120. Bronzor's dealing massive damage.
What an impressive attack.
Like, it's a Bronzor.
Massive damage.
So it doesn't have the highest attack stat, and Soul Rock at this point is pretty defensive. Definitely higher bases total than Bronzor, but... yeah, eventually, when the two leads KO a bunch of Pokemon, the damage percentage on their max HP and the opponents will be lower just because the stats in the opponent will be a lot higher. But Shadow can be really proud of what Bronzor and Gas they've done so far. Constrict, we've seen that a few times. You're gonna constrict in the gas, constrict in your tongue? Are you a lick-a-tongue? Are you the dead insides of a cloister? Petal Dance is gonna continue.
It's being ganged up on.
Is it confused now, or we're gonna get a third turn of Petal Dance? We're getting a third turn of Petal Dance, I think, because otherwise it would have already said it was fatigued.
Well,
Yep,
both
we're gonna get a third turn of Petal Dance.
to win this.
And moves like that normally always have the same target.
See next.
I noticed that with Ice Ball as well. They go to the same slot. It randomly decides a target on the first hit, and then it just keeps on going on that one. The Bronzer are gonna nearly take out that Soul Rock. Swagger? Could be big, especially if it hits itself, but that's if it hits itself. Allies Puzzle now has some options to deal extra damage. There's a third Petal Dance. Bronzer will be confused after this. That's worth it considering the damage on a Soul Rock. Nearly took it out by itself. But then Soul Rock, the Sun Pokemon, uses Morning Sun to heal up the damage. Right. Bronzer, he still did really well, I promise. Still did well. It just doesn't look as good because of that Morning Sun. Also gets through. Does it get a physical move to use the attack boost? No, it gets Weather Ball. It's a bit of damage on Bronzer. Not much, but it's a bit closer to taking out Bronzer, which like they eventually want to take everything out. Bronzer hits itself, but here's the clear difference between Bronzer and Deoxys Attack. When Deoxys Attack hits itself for confusion, it deals half of its own health as damage. Bronzer, okay, sure, it has 1 defense increase right now, but it dealt almost nothing. And Plusle hits itself, it deals a lot more because of that doubled attack stat it has right now.
Its accuracy fell.
And even if Plusle does attack, its accuracy is now lower. Bronzer hits itself again. At least it's not a lot of damage. Psycho Boost from a Psychic type. I think that's 90% accurate. That would have been 100% a KO on Ghastly, even if it wasn't full health. Well, I don't think it would have KO'd Bronzer, considering it's 4 times resisted. Oh, Encore, wow, we have to use Metronome now. Oh no. Seed Bomb, big hit again on Soul Rock. Bronzer's dealing the good hits.
Neither corner has made a decisive attack yet. Their concentration is certainly being
Yeah, we've seen how Encore has saved from 2-turn moves, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Encore, like if Ghastly were to use something like Shadow Force or Fly, it can never do the second turn because it's forced to use Metronome and not the second turn of Fly or Shadow Force. We've seen that happen in a test fight, I think, before the tournament. Tail Whip.
Its defense fell.
Was it in the tourney?
The sun's
Oh,
rays have suddenly
yeah, I was just thinking of it being Giratina. I may have just thought about Giratina because it was Shadow Force.
The battle rages on.
Oh, it might have been the very first fight then. Yeah, your first round. I remember it being in Gateway Coliseum, which in the tournament has only been in the first fight. So maybe we did a test fight of you against another team? Like, maybe you against, like, Chobin from the last tournament? I don't know. Energy Ball. Ghastly's higher special attack working on Soul Rock, getting hit for a 5th time by a grass move. I would like to point out this is a 6-3 lead for Shadow. Jared is probably pretty nervous right about now. Sure, Ghastly and Bronzer are at low health, but Mr.Torgue's already up to Raichu. If this keeps up, and Shadow still has their stronger Pokemon remaining, and Plusle's on low health on Mr.Torgue's side, we'll see what happens. Raichu, can you finally get a KO? Spite, that doesn't KO. Forced activation of Lepe Berry there, but it works. If embargo would have been applied here, that wouldn't have been a struggle. Shockwave from Plusle. It's enough. One of Shadow's Pokemon is finally done. You know, I wouldn't really mind if you restarted, says Jared. Well, if I make the mistake that forces a restart, it will always be on accident. But I can see why you say that. Considering if Shadow wins big enough, yeah, like I've said it a few times already. But now, there's 4 more Pokemon left, including Shadow's Drizzle Rain Dish combo. That's still to come. The Spikes is active, yeah, so the last 3, Parasect, Toxicroak, Kyogre will take a bit of damage. Whichever one remains at a Parasect and Toxicroak once Kyogre comes in, assuming one of them does, we'll get that healing. But Shadow, in a way, will hope Kyogre will never be needed, because that would mean 3-0 win. Most likely. And Shadow knows they need a big one. 2 electric types, Plusle and Raichu, trying to punch someone. Plusle's punch didn't work because that's a ghost. So it had no effect on has no effect. Staravia goes bounce. Like, why do you not just fly? But okay, it's a flying move. Hello, Tiago. Nice to see you.
That dealt some massive damage.
I remember you made a request for one PBR videos a little while ago. You're here for Clefable supremacy. Unfortunately, there's no Clefable in the tournament.
I wonder how this is going to affect.
There's not even a Clefairy or a Cleffa. There's a Jigglypuff, though. Also, Tiago, I have recorded your PBR request. I've just not edited and uploaded it. It'll probably premiere somewhere early December. Which, when people are watching this video, then that'll have already happened. But this video probably comes out somewhere much later in December. Bounce, bounce, bounce! Raichu also on low health. Welcome to your shenanigans. Yep, I like this. Yeah, you requested both Politoed and Altaria in separate comments, so I just combined the two and made it a team with the two of them. Yeah, because of my vacation to the United States and my partner Tanner, who is in the chat right now as well, I'll be there from half December to half January. I'm scheduling very far ahead with my videos, and also because the Metronome tournament, that obviously takes up a lot of the days that I upload. But my intention is, before I leave for the US, I have videos scheduled to the end of... Oh, I thought that was Explosion. To the end of January. But I would like to point out, Ghastly is down, yes, but this is a 2v1 scenario where Shadow still has 4 Pokemon. Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm stealing the streamer to introduce him to Cold. Yay. Alright, so Mr.Torgue. Prince, my brother. If you want to win in the tournament, you have to come back from a 4-1 behind setting and beat the Drizzle Rain Dish combo. So remember how Shadow needed a big win? Remember how I said we've had a few 3-0 wins, but we haven't had a 4-0 yet? Because of how the base stat total order in the teams makes that just super unlikely. Is Shadow gonna do it? Are they gonna have that one big win that's gonna knock out Jared? Like, I wouldn't like that for Jared. But in a way, for the excitement of the tournament, in a way I would. Because that's huge. You gotta go. Alright, see ya, Tiago. And remember, I did not calculate. I chose not to calculate how much Shadow needs, and what exactly that would mean for the tiebreakers. There was one thing I also forgot in Group A with Damien and Rosalina. I forgot one thing with how the scores would work. And I didn't realize that Damien could actually get ahead of Rosalina in the standings. Ooh, outrage on Staravia. That'll happen a second time, so Staravia's gonna go down next turn. Except if Teeter Dance. If Registeel hits itself with confusion, Staravia lives. I don't know if they need 3-0 or 4-0. Or if 2-0 is enough. I don't remember. Well, I don't remember. I don't know. But it's not going to help because you're going to go down or you're not going to take damage.
Oh, no!
Oh, it stopped! 4-0 still possible. But Registeel is a defensive Pokemon on both fronts. It's basically just a big Bronzor that isn't Psychic type anymore.
Well, both corners
Like,
still
decent
have a chance to
attacking
win this.
stats
What
for
kind of
like a
development
legendary
will
of its
be
size.
next?
It's decent for like a Pokemon early on in the tournament. Like early on in the teams, it's still good. But it has 150 on both defenses. Jared in the chat going, "Are you serious?" Oh, this is not looking good for Jared right now. But like one good hit on Staravia, or like Flamethrower, or even Ember or Parasite will probably take it out. But they need what they can get. Okay, Parasect just decided, I'm gonna be a Registeel. I want your defenses. You need to beat a Registeel to win, Registeel. No bite hits there. 2 Registeels in the field. Avalanche. Defensive Registeel, Steel type, not gonna deal much damage. Where's your Sacred Fire into Burn? Confusion hits itself again, that means Staravia and Parasect don't take damage. It means Mr.Torgue Registeel is close to being taken out. Also, what I intend to do, which I haven't been able to do... stepped out of confusion. I'll look at this first. Why does Registeel have that Butte? Staravia's down! Max 3-0. It's a maximum 3-0 win now. This could be big, but I don't know if it is. What I was going to say, something I haven't done in the live stream, which I intend to do when I edit the videos, is after the final match in every group, which will be this one, I'll actually have a screenshot of the final standings of the group so you can see the exact points and tiebreaker points. So I'll show that as well no matter what the result here is. I said there was a big win needed. 3-0, 4-0 might be the difference, but I don't know. Right. Because Parasect is now Registeel, it won't have Rain Dish. So if Toxtricity now goes down before Registeel, then the Rain Dish combo just doesn't apply. Watch Registeel use Transform on Parasect, which is already a Registeel. Why is it lagging? Why is it lagging? The music is being weird. Game. I'm gonna close Discord. I don't know what happened. I'll just have Discord down, close as much as I don't need. I don't want to lose this fight. I don't want to lose anything. I also don't want to lose my recording. From some reason it said no frame skips. But absolutely there were frames lost there. Actually no, the stream is probably fine. That was the emulator that went wacky. Occasionally it does that if I have a lot of things open or if I'm loading a different page, but nothing was loading, I didn't open anything, I just was looking at the game.
It keeps dealing damage.
Very tiny bits of damage, but eventually it'll add up. Jared saying, honestly, Explosion here wouldn't be bad. We've seen Explosion used once by Mr.Torgue, but that was just really bad for them.
Pokemon at once. Toxic Rogue dozes off.
Alright, Toxtricity dozes off, so it's just Registeel v Registeel now.
Toxic Rogue won't
And
wake
Parasect has a lower HP stat than Registeel, I'm pretty sure, so that's slight advantage to the actual Registeel. Imprison!
The blue corner
On a defensive Pokemon, that's still a pretty good health.
Final stage.
Forced struggle. It's at just over half of its health. So assuming just the struggle recoil, 3 turns. In 3 turns, Registeel will be down. And Imprison does not go away. Imprison stays until the Parasect goes down, and wow, Croak just wakes up as soon as it could. Sunny Day, that's bad actually for its dry skin. But Mr.Torgue and Jared want to see something else that's Ember, a bit more damage. That means 2 turns of struggle recoil. Covert Toxicroak. No.
This is the only thing it can do.
Is the 3-0 important or not? Or was it 4 that was needed? It's looking like a 3-0 win for Shadow. This is exciting because we don't know. This is like the main reason why I didn't look at it. I like stats, I like statistics, and often I would calculate it beforehand, but it's exciting moments like this where you'd really want to not know.
Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup.
Unless Parasite does something strange, this is done.
An impressive move, but this is not a
It's over.
favorable matchup.
It's over. Shadow wins 3-0. Unfortunately for my brother, 2 tournaments in a row, he still hasn't won a single fight. Actually, did he win one? Maybe he did win one in the last tournament. He didn't win in this one for sure. 3-0 win for Shadow. What does that do to the scores? I'm going to take a look at it right now and let you know. 3 for Shadow. 0 Mr.Torgue. Jared, you're safe. You're safe. To tie with you on the tiebreaker, Shadow needed 5-0. A 5-0 would have been a tie in the points difference tiebreaker, yeah. 4-0 was not enough, because then he would still have 1 point lower on the points difference tiebreaker. If it was a 5-0 win, then you would have been equal on the first tiebreaker, but then Shadow would beat you on the second. And at that point, Shadow would have even won the group. But a 4 or 3-0 win actually meant he was third. It's that interesting. Like, if 3-0 win, third place. 4-0 win, third place. If it would have been a 5-0 win, he would have won the group. But that didn't happen. Shadow, even after a 3-0 win to end the group, third place with 2 wins. So, yeah, Sander, after that final win, wins Group C and will face the second place trainer in Group D in the quarterfinals. Jared gets second place in Group C, qualifies for Top Cut, and will face the number 1 for Group D, which seems likely to be Tenor. But then again, so Rosalina was leading Group A after 2 rounds, got second. Gaming was leading Group B after 2 rounds. Yeah, won the group, but that was super close. Because they did lose their final match. Jared was looking good and got second place, so that's why I said they haven't qualified. They could still be out. They could still be second. 1 more group to go. 2 more matches. Let's move to Group D.